Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's a girl Sarah here again. So in this video I'm going to be sharing with you my experience as a Congolese Makoti married to a South African man here in South Africa. So this video is a cross-cultural marriage, cross-cultural relationship. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys how we met, our cultural differences, language barrier, and all of that. So without wasting your time guys, if it's the first time watching my video and you like what you've seen so far, please consider subscribing to the channel, click the notification bell for you to be the first one to be notified whenever I post a new video. So without wasting your time guys, let's go to the reason why you clicked this video. So first of all, before I even go any further, let me introduce myself. So my name is Sarah. I am a Congolese. I live in South Africa. I came in South Africa when I was like very young, so I did almost everything here in this country. I studied here, did like everything here in South Africa. So I am married to a South African man, which a lot of people are saying that it's a very rare case, which exists already, just that people don't really know about it. And whenever people find out that I'm married to a South African man and I am a Congolese, I get a lot of questions because it's something that they don't really see a lot happening. And today I'm just gonna be sharing with you quite a few stuff just for you to get to know these two cultures, and maybe you were doubting to get married to your person or wondering how these things happen. So maybe through my story, my experiences, it can bring maybe clarity to your relationship or to your whatever questions that you were having. So first of all, let's start with how we met, how I met my husband. So my husband and I, we met in a work conference. So there was this conference that they invited companies. So I was among the people that my company selected, and he was also among the people that his company selected. So we met in that conference and we exchanged numbers, we started chatting, and it went from there. We started going on dates, and that's how we started dating. So my husband and I, we dated for 2 years before he even like meet any of my family members, because when my husband and I, we were like dating, seeing each other, he never met any of my family member, never spoke to anyone on the phone, nothing. Because in my culture, in my family, when you're dating someone, you don't introduce to them, oh, this is my boyfriend, this is my dad. We don't do that at all. The only time you are going to introduce your partner, it's when they send a letter for them to come and introduce themselves to marry you. That's the only time they are going to know him or get to know him. The day that he's going to come with his family to introduce themselves as the people who sent the letter, that's the only time your parents are going to know your partner. So this thing of your man surprising you with the ring, would you marry me, you get engaged and you get excited, we don't do that. We don't do that. You can do it between the two of you at the corner. That's just to make it fancy for you to take videos and pictures, but to the families, especially mine, it doesn't mean anything at all. So don't even go home wearing your ring or sending them a picture, oh, got engaged or whatever. It's even an insult. So when my husband decided to go meet my family, so the first thing, he wrote the letter. I explained all the procedures to him, how everything must happen before we even get engaged, and that's exactly what he did. He wrote a letter and sent it to my family. They agreed, and they came with the date where they are going to meet all of them. And in that letter, like I always say, you put something in that letter. So everything was done exactly the way I explained to him. So with my culture, when I was explaining to my husband how everything happens in my culture, it was exactly the same thing that also happens to my husband's culture as well, because my husband is a Tswana, and Tswana culture and Congolese culture, guys, it's almost the same. Like the differences are just like very small. First, I was explaining to my husband how we do our things first, and he was like telling the elders, his family, how we do things when I was explaining to him. So maybe the way the communication was not really going well, so they decided to have a meeting where like I have to come and explain how we do things to make things clear and better. So they had a meeting and I came there first. When that was after they sent the letter, so they just wanted to prepare themselves to know how things work when we are there, when we get there, like what to expect. So when I went there, I explained to them the procedures. So now you guys send the letter. When you get there, you will see this, you will see that. They will ask you this, they will ask you that, and after everything they will give you this and that. And when I was explaining all these procedures to them, it was not really like a shock or a clash or anything. So it was just like, oh, we also do that. Oh, that's exactly how we do things as well. Oh, that's exactly the same thing with us. So the cultural differences was not really huge, which was so amazing, and it made things so much easier for us to just understand each other. And the day that they came to our house, the dates that they put to meet, the things went so quick, so fast, because the two cultures was so similar. The two culture was almost the same. The differences was just like very minimal, like very small, that you can't even notice. So that's a bit of that, when it comes to culture differences. So when it comes to the language barrier, my husband and I will speak English in the house. Even when we started dating, we've been speaking English since. And English is not like the language for him that he started speaking every day just because we started dating. No, he's been speaking English like it. Okay, let me just say English has been his first language. Not first, but his everyday language, because he's also not the type of a person having friends where he speaks a lot of his language. So he speaks English at work and it's an everyday thing for him. So us meeting, it didn't really like change anything in his life, because a lot of people also were asking like, you guys speak English every single day? Oh my god, it's not tiring for you? Something like that. So it's not tiring for me, and it's also not tiring for him, because he's been speaking English every single day, even when we're not dating. So it didn't make any difference for him, and it didn't make any difference for me as well. And when it comes to family and all that, so I speak Lingala, speak French, and my parents speaks Lingala, French, Swahili. So it's only with parents that when it comes to languages, that's a little bit a problem. But it's not really a problem, because English is there. My parents can speak English, my mom can defend herself in English, and my in-laws also speaks English. So the two families, they were communicating in English, and that was very easy. They didn't make it like difficult to come with their language just to make the life difficult. So they didn't do that. So they were communicating in English, and that was just very easy and simple. And just that only when my parents are trying to like communicate with my mother-in-law, it's a little bit of, I'm not gonna say problem, but it's fun, because both of them English is not really like good. So when they're trying to communicate, it's a bit fun, because they're fighting for their life for them to understand each other. But besides that, language, it's not really a big deal, because both of them knows that this one can't speak Tswana, this one can't speak Lingala, so we have to communicate in English. So that's a bit of that. And in the house, raising kids, obviously our kids will speak English because both parents speak English, but also I'll try my best, my baby, to at least understand French and my language as well, at least to hear, even if she's not going to reply, but at least to hear what I mean or what I'm trying to say. And also my husband to speak to our kids in his language, just for them also to understand, to have an idea, so that when I take them to my home, to Congo, they're not going to be like blind. And when we take them to my husband's family, they're also not going to be blind. At least it makes sense when you're speaking to a kid in your language. They understand you, even though they are going to reply to you in English, but at least they hear what you're trying to say, you know. That's what we want them, at least, to get to that level. When it comes to food, we eat almost the same thing. The only difference is how we cook ours and how you cook yours. And also in Congo we have so many different types of veggies, which it's not really here, like cassava, fumbwa, ngai ngai, and those type of veggies and legumes and stuff. It's not here. But also, and the ones that South Africans have, the only thing that we don't really have in Congo, it's this type of, like, this spinach. We don't really have this type of spinach. We have something similar but not really close. So that's the only thing. The rest of the things we have in Congo. So that's a bit of that. And in my house here, I cook almost everything, and my husband eats almost everything that I cook. Congolese food, he eats cassava. He's in love with cassava. He loves ngai ngai. He loves matembele, even though I don't cook it like a lot because it's very rare to find matembele here. And he eats almost everything, and he knows that I'm a Congolese and we love our fish, and I cook quite a lot of fish. And the way I make it, he's really a fan of it because he's the first person who buys it even a lot because he wants me to make it again and again. So, and he enjoys fumbwa. So I also try my best not to cook only my food in the house, because, you know, so I cook everything. So when I cook my food, he enjoys it, and when I cook the normal food, he enjoys it as well. So, and my mother-in-law is obsessed with cassava, so when I go to visit her, I make sure that I have cassava for me to cook for her. And when I cook for her, I don't only cook for what she's going to eat for that day. I have to make sure that I cook like a lot that is going to last her for a week or 2 weeks. That's how bad she loves it. And when she got her cassava, she eats it every single day, and she doesn't even want to eat anything else, no meat, no nothing, just cassava. So adapting to life as a Congolese Makoti, guys, it's just amazing. This is something that I prayed for, something that I told God, that the person that you are going to send in my life, please make that person to be my person. And it's amazing because God is at the center. We don't have this thing of this culture, even though we know I'm from Congo, is a South African, but when we are married, we are now one. We don't have this culture thing because God is at the center. So it's just amazing. I don't have any bad story or any complaints or anything that I can start saying just to make it spicy. No, I don't have anything bad to say. Things are just amazing. I would choose this life, and I would choose being married to my husband over and over again. Like, this is just the best. So I'm just enjoying everything, and I'm just enjoying the Makoti life because it's just the same. There's nothing major, there's no different, there's no, oh, Makoti does this, Makoti this and that. There's no such, unless if you guys have ceremonies, or you have a party, or you have a funeral, and you as a Makoti, you will be needed to assist, to help, to cook, to do this and that, which is normal. But besides that, it's just a normal day-to-day life, and you're married to your husband, your partner. That's it. So my advice to someone who wants to get married to someone who's not from their country, their culture, just follow your heart, let God be at the center, and go for it. If you are happy, you know that person is your person, just go for it. Avoid listening to a lot of people, their experiences and stuff like that. Listen, but don't bring it to your marriage, because you are going to live your life with a different person. You are not going to live with the person that those people dated or married to. So yeah, just let God be at the center and just let it happen, because it's just different. Getting married, don't just deprive yourself from the person that God prepared for you just because you want to please the community, you want to please your parents, you want to please people around you, and you just want to get married to someone from your country just because of people, and deep down you ended up not being happy because you didn't do it for you did it to please others. So do what is best for you, and just pray that God to send you the right person. And before deciding going for anything, pray about it. So yeah guys, this is something that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was helpful for someone out there. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys on my next video.